Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Scots Soldiers. Today I want to talk to you about my selection of William Britain's ceremonial figures. I don't know what else to call them, and you'll see what I'm referring to. These are the figures you may have started collecting, the ones that were purchased at tourist shops such as the Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, or Hamley's Toy Store in London. A beefeater, a Scots Guard, perhaps a mounted life guard. They were sold as single pieces, sometimes in small box sets. Either way, this may have what started your toy soldier journey, or has been your straight-on focus. So relax, pour yourself an adult beverage, take a few minutes to see what I have.
If you are wandering around England, you could see the genuine articles at the royal palaces or residences, marching down the streets of London, or mounted at horse guards. In the performance of their duties, these men and women are accessible and are aware of the public's interest in them. My Britain's figures are what many visitors to England expect to see and, of course, photograph. So let's take a look at what I have. This is, of course, Britain's number 41075, the late Queen Elizabeth on one of her horses. She is wearing a uniform normally seen during the Trooping the Colour ceremony, and the horse is representative of Burmese, a gift to her from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The following are a 4-figure collection of Queen Elizabeth II, which I purchased over several years, completing it last year at the Chicago Toy Soldier Show. These are Britain's number 43052, World War II Territorial Army, number 43053, Coronation Gown, number 43054, Knight of the Garter Robes, and finally, number 43055, State Dress Opening of Parliament. Not your usual toy soldier figures, but I bought them because they represented the Queen in the many roles she played during her adult life, and knowing that she wasn't getting any younger, I decided to snap them up. These next two sets are identical, and I bought them at the Buckingham Palace shop, which is located on the back side where you access the Queen's Gallery and the Royal Mews. If you like royal souvenirs, and I don't know any other word to describe it, then this is an excellent place to shop. These are Britain's sets number 48517, Century Box, and Scots Guard. I bought them so that I could have bookends to a display. Today what is interesting is that the Century Boxes have the Queen's cipher, Elizabeth Regina, but today they would have Charles Rex. These sets are in boxes marked Royal Collection Exclusive, and I'm not sure if this is because they could only be bought at the royal shops or that they were made exclusively for the royal shops. Regardless, they are still available on the shop's website with the Queen's cipher. I have a number of Britain's number 41062 Yeoman Warders and number 41064 Beefeaters, which you would see at the Tower of London. On the bases, you can see they have the copyright dates 1986 in England. And as you will see, others will have dates in China, suggesting a shift in production location. This next grouping of figures includes King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery Trooper, number 48501, but are stamped on the bottom WBCR4, and the set number 44053, King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery with 13-pound gun. I bought the gun set at the now closed Guards Toy Soldier Center in London, and the loose figures likely got at Harrods or Hamley's in London. This figure, number 40318, Drum Major in State Dress, was part of the Britain's Collectors Club. It's a nicely painted figure with loads of color and detail, and it almost never sees the light of day. And it was dated, I think, 2003 when I was a member of the club. The remaining figures are widely available from Britain's, its dealers, and the second-hand market. These are, relatively speaking, mass-produced and inexpensive figures. They are also amongst the first Britons that I purchased, so there's a smattering of different regimental figures. Number 41063, Blues and Royals Trooper. Number 41066, Life Guard Trooper. Number 41067, Scots Guard. Number 41068, Scots Guard Officer. Number 41073, Scots Guard Officer Mounted. Number 41074, Life Guard Mounted Trooper. Number 41078, Blues and Royals Mounted Trooper. Number 43050, Scots Guard Color Bearer, Queen's Color. And number 48526, Grenadier Guards Drum Major. The pipers are number 41070, Black Watch. These are the only two that I have, and from a distance, they are decent figures with reasonably good detail and a nice paint job to boot. Now I placed the Scots Guards together with the Black Watch pipers, and to me they seem a natural fit. Say what you want about Britain's figures. If you want pipers and a Scottish regiment, these could be an economical way to do it. If you wanted to embellish the figures by adding more detail, this could also be a quick and easier way to do it versus starting from castings and then going through the, sometimes frustration of trying to get that much detail and the colors into a figure. I placed the mounted figures together, and while some may comment on the order that I placed them, the Queen followed by the mounted Scots Guard officers, and then the Blues and Royals, followed at the end by the Life Guards. This is what happens when I don't do the research. So if I got it wrong, I apologize to everybody up front. But today, it's the Queen, followed by the Scots Guard officer, then the Blues and Royals, and bringing up the rear, the Life Guards. As I said at the beginning, for many of you, this may have kick-started your toy soldier journey. Britain's ceremonials can be a less expensive way to collect and still have a contemporary collection. I suppose in many ways, many of my Canadian sets are also ceremonial, and the same may be said for aspects of your collection. I suspect that Britons will continue to produce these figures as long as tourists and collectors purchase them, and if you can't find them at a storefront, there are plenty of online and second-hand retailers who can meet your requirements. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to help the channel grow. In the meantime, if you're in London or the United Kingdom and you're in a tourist area or at the royal residences, look for these figures. You're bound to see them. Anyway, until next time, keep collecting.